Hey everyone, this is Chris Morris from Chris Morris CPA. I am going to be producing a short series of videos to introduce myself to you so that you know who I am, what I do, and how I do it. I figure the best place to start with introducing myself is to talk about why I do what I do. I've developed a niche of working with chiropractors for their taxes and accounting needs to help them maximize their profits while minimizing their tax burden. But why chiropractors? I fundamentally do this because it's a need in the chiropractor space. There are a lot of tax guys out there who will be happy to complete your taxes and tell you what you owe, but they aren't invested in helping you grow your business or your wealth. And that's just not right. You see, I believe that any accounting professional who isn't checking in with their clients at least quarterly isn't doing their job very well. With some clients, depending on what services I'm providing them, I have a monthly check-in. I do this because I'm convinced that a lot can be done to help business owners keep extra money in their bank accounts by the use of an effective tax strategy. Now let me talk for just a moment about what I mean by tax strategy, because some people get very nervous around this topic. A tax strategy is simply a way of applying the tax rules as they're currently written to your best advantage. There's nothing illegal or unethical about a tax strategy or applying one. If there was, I wouldn't be practicing it. This brings me to the other reason that I love working with chiropractors and their tax and accounting needs. There are far too many people out there in the accounting space who don't build their business on a strong value system. Their only focus is growth. And that's a scary place to be. Now don't get me wrong. I want to grow my business. It's how I provide for my family, so it definitely matters to me. But I won't sacrifice even the slightest bit of moral high ground to do this. So what does this mean for me? It means that sometimes I turn clients away that I feel uncomfortable with. More often than not, this revolves around another word or another phrase: tax evasion. While a tax strategy is a legal way to minimize your taxes, tax evasion intentionally misrepresents the facts and figures around a company's financial circumstances in order to irresponsibly lower a tax burden. This could look like falsely reducing the revenues, that's the money coming in the door, or inaccurately inflating the expenses. In my experience, it's usually inflating expenses, and more specifically, this typically means including personal expenses as business expenses when they clearly don't belong there. As an aside, this is one of the beautiful things about being a chiropractor. You're probably actually understating your business expenses, specifically your meals. Did you know that every time you have a bona fide business reason for a meal, you can deduct 50% of that cost? Think about your average meal for just a moment. How often does your business come up? I'm going to guess almost every time. If it does, then with the right documentation, you can consider that meal a business expense. I cover this in more detail elsewhere, but I wanted to throw that tidbit out for you to chew on in the meantime. Back to the question, though. Why do I do what I do? Like I've already said, I have two reasons for it. Number one, chiropractors need someone who is invested in their business financials at least as much as they are, or it's just too likely that they're leaving money on the table come tax time. Number two, chiropractors need someone who is not willing to sacrifice ethics or morals to put their clients in a better situation. I love being able to do both of these, and that is why I do what I do. If this sounds interesting to you, you can visit me and learn more at chrismorriscpa.com/chiropractors.